Hi, I'm Teryn and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And if you're new, I make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that interests you, please be sure to check out my other videos, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. So if you've been on my channel, you know that I've been talking about doing more fashion related videos, and that is what I'm kind of introducing with this video. I am starting off with a fashion and style series, basically questions that I get from people that I just meet that learn that I'm a fashion designer, and from my friends and family that know that I work and do fashion. I have done some fashion related videos and blog posts, which I will link in the description box. In this video, I'm going to talk more about my background in fashion and kind of an overview of my journey throughout the fashion industry and how I got into it. I will also be doing a similar video to this on my Fashion Labels YouTube channel. So make sure that you are subscribed to that channel because I will start putting videos out on that probably starting in January. And I feel like it's taken me a while to get to that point, but the direction I'm going in, I think, will be super helpful for other people that are aspiring fashion designers or looking to launch a fashion label. I'll put the link to that channel in the description box as well. So I will admit, a lot of the fashion videos on this channel haven't been the most positive, mostly because I talk about my experiences in the fashion industry, which aren't all the way positive and they aren't all the way negative. But I just like to do that because I feel like it's really great to have that information on how it can be bad and how it can be good and how we can learn and grow from that and develop from that, as well as taking the things that we learned from those experiences and letting those help us as we continue on our journey. Since I'm going to do videos on fashion and style, I just wanted to do this video to kind of provide some framework and some kind of look into my expertise, if that makes sense, because I just don't want it to be like, oh, I'm just putting these out because I want to. I want you guys to know that I work in the industry, and yeah. And yes, I'm looking very comfortable and casual, but that's because I can. So yes, I'm at the end of my day. So I'm Teryn and I have wanted to be a fashion designer since I was 7 or 8 years old. Once my mom learned that, she enrolled me in a sewing class where I learned to sew my first pillowcase, which will probably be a video that I would do on my Fashion Labels YouTube channel because I feel like that's a bit about the origin and kind of like my start into the industry and just learning the fundamentals, which I think is super important if you are looking to get into the industry, especially when it comes to fashion design, costume design, styling, that kind of thing. Is really great to understand garment construction. I took sewing lessons kind of off and on in middle school and high school as well, and that's where I really learned how to make garments. So I was making shorts and skirts and things that I could actually wear, which was really fun and exciting to put my dreams to work at such an early age. In middle school, I started thinking about colleges. So at some point, I just knew I was going to Florida State University. I did do a video on this channel about why I went to a 4-year college instead of an art school or a fashion school. And I also did a blog post. So that will be linked in the description box as well if you want more information on that. And I will probably do a video on my exact experience going to Georgia Southern University, which is where I ended up going to college, and my experience studying fashion merchandising and apparel design at GSU. So some other schools I considered was like Auburn, Kent State University, I want to say App State, but not really. And then a lot of things, like if you are looking to go to a traditional 4-year college, you'll notice that a lot of programs either change the name of the fashion program or they get rid of it, that kind of thing. I even considered briefly transferring to Howard University my freshman year of college, but obviously that didn't happen. Following that, I went to school, studied fashion merchandising and apparel design with an emphasis in apparel design and a minor in business because I was actually told by one of the advisors, not of the program, but just one of those counselors, advisors, that I couldn't take all the coursework for the fashion merchandising and apparel design program, which was a lie because there are people that graduated with me that did it all. But it was fine because you get the degree in both. But I would have enjoyed taking the courses for each emphasis. I think that would have been nice. But I did supplement that by studying business, and that has helped me. Before I graduated from college, I completed an internship and I did a video on that as well. Those internships helped me to see what I want from being a fashion designer and what I want as a career trajectory. With those internships, I think I realized if I didn't have a strong love for fashion, I would not have stayed in the fashion industry, and I would not have kept pursuing a career in this industry. I'll probably talk more about that in another video, because I'm going to talk about why there are so many independent designers, and because I think that's a good topic to talk about as well. After I completed the internships, I then started school at Wake Forest University, where I studied business, and I got my master's in management from that program. And my desire for that program was to be able to understand more about the business of fashion, and I took everything that I learned and applied it to a fashion mindset and outlook, because ultimately I do want to have my own fashion label, and I guess I already did at the time, but I wanted to actually be functioning and thriving and successful. After grad school, I started a job working as an assistant buyer, and I just wanted to kind of combine both of my degrees, and I felt like merchandising, buying was a good area to do that, and it is. But I realized I don't like what buying is, and it's not going to be the same for like each buyer and each assistant buyer. I think it really does depend on what department you're working in, what office you're working in, who is your buyer, who are you working with. But I did not like the process of buying in the situation that I was in, because it didn't make any sense. Working in merchandising and buying, you have to think about, do you actually like fashion, or do you just like clothes? It's important to like the clothes, but if you don't understand fashion and how that works and all the different things that go into it, you're not going to be successful at it. And that's what I witnessed firsthand. While I was working that job, I noticed that the fashion aspect was really missing, and that was something I really want to do. So I started teaching sewing lessons, I started doing personal shopping and styling, and I also did a little bit of costume design, which I really loved doing all those different aspects. And that really brought me some joy and excitement when I was working at a job that was super boring, to be honest. It was boring for me. You know what? There are good experiences in that situation. I just didn't happen to be in one, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but I learned a lot from that experience. So basically, I just missed the creative aspect of that, and I also wanted to work for someone else as an apparel designer, basically, and that's how I ended up in the job that I'm currently in. And while I'm like a product designer, product developer, apparel developer, I really don't know what the best name is for my current job. But this job is interesting because it is something that I would never have thought to actually do. And it's so functional and it's so driven by serving a purpose that has really challenged me as a designer, and especially seen as the demographic and the consumers that use the stuff that I design nowhere close to me, like nothing in common with them. It's just been such a great learning experience, because I have to learn how to adapt to the needs, concerns, and desires of people that I have no idea about. Essentially, like, I have no personal connection to the people that wear the things that I design, basically. So that is an overview of my career and background in fashion, and just make sure to subscribe so you keep up with me. But I wanted to do this video before I start this fashion and style series, because I think it's important for, you know, if I'm going to be telling people and offering tips and suggestions on this is how you should style yourself, this is why this looks better on this complexion, I just want people to know that, you know, I hold some weight in the fashion game, and I'm going to hold even more. My goal with this series is basically to help people understand fashion. I want people to understand why, you know, when people that aren't into fashion see a runway look and they just think it looks crazy, I want them to understand, you know, why this is a good look. Why do people like this? You know, when things come on the red carpet, like, they still might not like it, but I want people to be able to understand. And I also want to help people, you know, refine their wardrobe, find things that make them happy. That is one of the main things that I enjoyed doing when I was doing personal shopping and styling. It's just like helping people find things that they enjoy wearing, and just seeing, you know, their whole demeanor change once they find clothes that flatter them, that they want to wear, and that they, you know how to go into the stores and online and kind of shop for things that they will enjoy wearing. That is basically what my goal is of this series. I want people to learn more about fashion, different fabrics, silhouettes, colors, everything pretty much with this series. And that's just what I hope to help people watching this gain. I upload every Wednesday for sure, and then every other Sunday. So the next 2 Wednesdays will be fashion related videos. The next video is going to be a closet clean out because I think it is great to get rid of things that you don't want in your closet. And I'm basically going to help you sort through that in that video. And then the next video will kind of really kick off this series. And then my last video of the year will be my tretinoin update. So if you've been following me on my tretinoin journey, this will be my 1-year update, and I'm super excited about that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to turn on those notifications. And as always, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Thank you again.